not allow people who are dishonest with themselves to make you feel uncomfortable because you're in your truth. You stand on your truth and you're about the truth. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Goddess, and I got a lot of energy, guys. I have a lot to say, so it's going to be said in this video. With that being said, there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, so always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it doesn't fly. If it's not for you, don't try to force vibes because you can't. So with that being said, get your pen and your paper and be prepared to take notes. You guys, I can't even speak, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to make this video. I have so much energy. I have so much to say. Like, my adrenaline is all the way up to here. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Like, let's talk about it, you guys. When you live in your truth, when you're authentic, when you're vulnerable, when you know how to articulate yourself, when you have emotional intelligence, when you take time to heal, when you go to therapy, when you go to God, ancestors, universe, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, whatever that looks like to you, and you take the time to figure out who you are, the only people who are going to feel uncomfortable in your presence are people who are not. And that's your friendly reminder to these people gotta go. You don't need to be around them, and they don't need to be around you. Now, if you're watching this video and you want to be like this, you want to be around people like that, you need to check yourself. Because what happens is people like me who are honest, who do articulate themselves, who do talk about stuff that people consider to be uncomfortable, are not gonna dim their light. I'm not shrinking myself just to make you feel comfortable. And that's the same thing with you. You should never have to dim what you're saying or watch what you say to certain people when you're saying certain things. People love to be like, oh, it's not about what you said, it's how you said it. It doesn't matter if it's the truth. And that's the problem. When you tell the truth, it's the truth. It doesn't matter how it's being said or why you said it. And people who love you, people who genuinely want the best for you, people who claim they care about you, not just based off of them saying it, will show you through their actions, will show you through their words. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to have times where you don't disagree with people, that you guys are not going to see eye to eye, because I'm pretty sure you have moments like that with any and everybody. But at the end of the day, if you guys are equally yoked, if you guys are meant to be in each other's life, if you guys are really as compatible as you say you are, even with your differences, you have enough respect for these people to express themselves, and you don't want them to shrink themselves. You want them to be honest. You want them to be vulnerable. You want them to come to you and have a conversation. Just because you're having a conversation with somebody and you're having differences or disagreements or maybe not seeing eye to eye doesn't mean it always has to be an argument. It's only an argument when two parties or two of the individuals are not able to respect each other's differences, learn to see where the disconnect is, and try to move forward and either agree to disagree or just accept that's how they are. But speaking from experience, what I'm not going to do is have conversations with people who say that they're honest, they're so real, they love to be direct. But then the moment you start being honest, you start being real and being direct because it's not their direct, it's not their real. They want to make it seem like you're aggressive, you're assertive, you're being belligerent. No. The truth is the truth. It doesn't matter how I said it or what I'm saying. It is what it is. You don't want to be around, I don't want to be around yes men. I don't want to be around yes women who sit here and enable my behavior, especially when you know that what you're saying is not to hurt and harm you. It's different if somebody was to come out their mouth sideways and talk to you recklessly. It's different if what people are saying is to bring you down or make you feel less of a person or to belittle you or to make it seem like they're better than you. That's arrogant. But when you are confident, which is not arrogance, when you speak with authority and you're speaking out of love and not out of heart, out of harm, or to hurt someone, or out of spite, it is what it is. Don't have conversations with people. Don't surround yourself with people who cannot accept the truth but claim they're so real. People who avoid accountability are not going to be able to help you long term. And it doesn't matter if it's your family members. It doesn't matter if it's your friends. It doesn't matter even if it's your kids to a certain degree, because children have to be taught and shown certain things. I don't like to blame children when it comes to a certain extent, because it's like, as a child, you only know what you've been exposed to. And even if this was you as a person, if you know you grew up in a dysfunctional household or you grew up around adults and they want to sit here and do things that are not appropriate, when you become an adult, you don't have to tolerate that. I'm not here to condone people's abusive behavior because you're guilty by association. If you tell somebody your truth and they want to invalidate you or they want to manipulate you or gaslight you when you're trying to be vulnerable and they want to use it against you, stop talking to them. Anybody who confuses vulnerability with weakness does not express themselves. Is everyone going to seek therapy? Is everyone want to get help? No. Once you figure that out, once you realize that people don't want to do certain things, leave them alone. But to go back and forth, or don't allow people to make you feel bad because you want to express yourself. I've been this way my entire life, you guys, and I've been around a lot of people who are so robotic. We're not robots over here. We're love, we're light, we're positive, and we're healing, and we're abundant. And love is the highest frequency. That's what your God, ancestors, and universe is about. Love, morals, respect, principle, and characters. Now, if you lack these things and you don't believe in those things, okay, go ahead. Go ahead and be somewhere else. But over here, I don't enable that type of behavior, and I don't condone it. You should be able to express yourself without people judging you. If you can't express yourself without people judging you or making you feel bad, those are not the people you need to converse to and converse with. And of course, you're going to learn this. And I've learned this, like I said, a long time ago. But I've realized a lot of people feel uncomfortable. You should never feel uncomfortable. And you got to, over little misunderstandings, your ancestors, God, universe, whatever you want to believe in, will show you who's for you and who's not over a misunderstanding. I remember there was a moment in my life where I had a conversation with somebody that claimed they wanted the best for me. And all I did was ask them a question to clarify it, because some people, like I said, could say certain things and then they turn around and do certain things. The moment that I asked them a question about their loyalty, they just started to get mad. They started to get defensive, and then they just started saying some extra stuff. And I was just like, okay, well, if that's how you felt, you could have been said that a long time ago. And in that moment, I was just like, yeah, you're not somebody I need to converse with or continue to have a relationship with, because if you're getting mad because I'm asking you for reassurance and you know the history of my relationship, you know how I am with certain people, especially if people know you've gone through trauma with people before. Because a lot of people are always like, it's the people that are closest to you. If somebody claims, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're your family or your friends or anybody, if somebody claims they love you or has respect for you or cares about you, they're going to take in consideration of your feelings. So me personally, when that happened to me, I wasn't really disappointed, because like I said, I just, and that's another thing. Stop letting people play in your face when you know that you're honest, when you know you speak your truth, when you know you're authentic, when you know you're vulnerable, when other people are not. It's not a magic trick. People be trying to sit here and play mind games and manipulation tactics. If you're intelligent, you don't got to play mind games. You'll just be smart. And I'm going to say it again. If you're really intelligent, as you claim to be, as you project yourself to be, you don't need to play mind games. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. Why are you playing mind games with people if you're intelligent? You just say what you need to say. You're so direct. You're so honest. So more of the video, and I'm going to make this video short because I have other videos that I want to post and upload for you. Let yourself take up space and always stay true to yourself. Always be authentic. So when people be like, oh, be yourself, sometimes it is cliche, and sometimes, it's cap for some people because they don't mean it, but you'll know based off of their demeanor. You'll know based off of what they do following up with that. When somebody tells you to be yourself, it should be for the better, not for anything negative or positive. And when you're conversing with people and all they have negative things to say, or they're not being honest with you, stop the relationship. I don't believe that you're going to overshare with somebody that's meant to be a part of your life. The only time you're going to overshare information, the only time you're going to feel like you're being vulnerable around people when you shouldn't be vulnerable around people, is when you're not meant to be around them and they're not meant to be around you. But do not allow malicious people who don't want to express. And I'm not talking about the people who weren't taught and shown, because you have a lot of people who are not taught and shown how to articulate themselves, how to be emotionally intelligent, but they want better. They're seeking therapy. They're going to God. They're going to the ancestors. They're going to the universe, whatever you believe in. Take what resonates, leave the rest, because you guys know we don't force religion or spirituality. They're finding ways. They're coming up with solutions. You have people that are willfully ignorant, adults, because like I said, I'm not talking about children. Children is 25 and younger. You have that adults, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, hey, gay, them, she, we, EFG, adults 25 and older or 26 and older who know how they feel is wrong. They know how they feel. They understand how it makes other people feel, but they don't care. And they choose to project and deflect and take that on onto people. And you've done nothing to them. That is not acceptable. It's abusive and it's toxic and it's narcissistic and it's just very low vibrational. And once again, we don't tolerate low vibrational energy. Now, if you happen to be this low vibrational person that I'm talking about, but you want to do better, like I said in the beginning of the video, get your pen and your paper and be prepared to take notes. But moving forward, we're not making other people, oh, you guys, my ponytail is coming out. We're not making people feel comfortable just because they don't know how to communicate. They need to go to God. They need to seek help. Because like I said, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, even spiritually, it's traumatic. It's not fair to be in relationships. It doesn't matter if it's your parents. So if you have to create distance, if you have to cut off certain people, do it and don't feel bad. Because when it came to you, they didn't feel bad. There's nobody who will sit here and say that they love you and continue to treat you bad emotionally, physically, financially, by not allowing you be yourself or express yourself. You got to watch what you say because you don't want to trigger them. You were triggered too. Relationships work both ways. Healthy relationships have those uncomfortable and difficult conversations. Why? Because it's only uncomfortable and difficult because you're avoiding it. Have those conversations so you know what triggers other people and what not. If not, those people are not your friends and those people are not genuine. And you guys, I'm trying to fix my ponytail. I might as well just leave it off since I'm about to be done with the video. But I just wanted to say that this video is not going to be that much longer. So thank you guys for watching the video all the way to the end. Thank you for liking, commenting, engaging, and subscribing. Make sure you guys follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. If this video resonated with you, let me know your experience. But don't be afraid and just start cutting people off. This is just your friendly reminder. This is a confirmation video. All my other videos, I recommend, inform, motivate, and educate. This one is more of just motivating specifically and just talking about healing, uplifting, and positivity. Because once again, it's a choice. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Once again, all the information is down in the description box below. If you're interested in a service and a session where you want to have a one-on-one time and get all this energy out and express yourself, and of course, be in a calm manner, head to my website. The link is in the description. And if not, say how you want to say. Like I said, if you're being honest, you're being vulnerable, and that's how you feel, nobody gets to invalidate your truth or your feelings or tell you how you're supposed to express yourself. No, if you want to talk like this, you can. If I want to talk like this because I feel some type of way, I'm allowed to. I'm not going to hide myself just to make other people feel comfortable. Everybody handles their emotions differently. And once again, nobody's saying that you are not allowed to, not be mindful, because you should be considerate. But it's just like, let's be real. If you're really being open, if you're really being vulnerable and you're not tiptoeing, once again, you have the freedom to express yourself when you want to. And those who understand you, those who know you are going to get you. So when people try to misinterpret what you say, when people try to challenge you, when people try to go up against you, when people want to say, oh, you're combative and all these negative things that you know you're not, stop going back and forth with them. So thank you guys for liking this video all the way to the end. Thank you for turning on your post notification and subscribing. And let me know what you guys want to talk about in the next video. If not, just be prepared to take your notes, because it's a lot that we have to say. It's the end of August when I'm posting this, going into September, which means it's only a couple months of 2025. And that's how we're going to continue moving on with this year. Don't ever not express yourself. Don't ever stop being vulnerable, and don't ever stop being a good person and a loving person, because that's what it is. When you are empathetic, when you have sympathy, when you're a loving person, you're not just going to be cold. You're not just going to be malicious. You are allowed to talk about your emotions. There's nothing wrong with that. In order to be a beautiful person inside first, before on the outside, your heart posture has to be there. Don't allow people who don't have a heart posture that's closed off, or they're used to dysfunction and trauma, try to make you seem like you're crazy or there's something wrong with you, because you know how to express yourself. You are in tune with your emotions. We all are human beings. That's what your heart is for. You're allowed to have feelings. There's nothing wrong. And people that try to act so nonchalant, they care. Like I said, if you don't know how, you want to be taught and shown, okay, cool. All you got to do is make a decision that you want to, and moving forward, we'll come up with solutions. We'll come up with recommendations, and I'll be in the next video. So let me know if you guys want a part 2. If not, stay where you're at. Don't be sitting here corrupting and getting mad at people or trying to make people feel bad because they want to talk about how they feel. It's not problematic. It's only problematic to somebody who doesn't like to solve problems. You're not bitter. You're not upset because you feel some type of way and you want to talk about it. You're allowed to talk about it. And there's no timeline on how long you get to talk about something. Now, of course, if it's not healthy and it's not healthy and it's not making you move forward, of course, you don't want to dwell on it. But everybody grieves differently. Sometimes grieving can take days, weeks, months, and even years. So just keep that in mind. I really do love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.